Welcome to the V.D.R podcast. My name is Vic.
I'm David.
And we are two Army and Marine Corps vets. How you doing?
I'm excited to be here today. We have great topics to talk about. Exciting, raw, uncensored. Amen.
Yeah, man. So the rundown today, we're going to hit up some entertainment, current events. We're going to roll into our main topic of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, man, I received something in mail today. Well, actually, yesterday evening. And I'm like, what is this? So in Florida, they had a vote where the people who the residents of Florida voted to either accept or repeal the whole marijuana act.
Oh, the whole marijuana?
Yep. And it was talking about how if you're 21 and over, it's okay to have, smoke marijuana in public, X, Y, and Z, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Jesus Christ, they're trying to turn Florida into California now. That's what they're trying to do. Because
they
already, in Colorado, they got that in Colorado.
Yeah, and I think I got to be honest with you guys, I think it's freaking stupid.
There's a bunch of pot smoking. No, but you see but look, they already have it in California, and look at the shape California's in right now.
Dude.
Listen, you ever hear the logic? I'm telling you, you ever hear the logic of people that like to smoke weed? You ever hear the logic, right? Just stick their mind. I heard people say, because I've done it in the past, right? I've done it in the past. I used to hear people say, well, they should because it doesn't give you cancer, and it makes you smarter, right?
That's bullshit. Sorry, excuse my language.
And I'm like this, I'm like, yeah, I can see what it's doing. You sound dumb right now.
Freaking Bob Marley died of cancer. Don't tell me it don't cause cancer. Just saying.
First and foremost, all they did, the reason, do you know why they use it on cancer patients? You know the whole purpose?
What?
To help them eat. It doesn't cure anything. But for medicinal purpose, for medical purposes, that is the whole point. Like I said, it has medical for medical purpose.
Let's be clear. CBD oils alone do not cure cancer. That is a fact.
It does not. And this is, that's their logic. I don't know. And plus, you know what it is? Here's the problem. The people that don't want to legalize it abused it. That's abuse. That's substance abuse. Those are the people, people just want to smoke to get high. Bro. Listen, I've seen people with medical marijuana cards because just to have it. I'm like, what do you need it for? You said,
you ready? I'm about to become like super hardcore right now. I'm a business guy, entrepreneur. Let me tell you, smoking marijuana is for freaking losers. You know why? All it does is make you tired. You want to be tired? Go to the gym. Work out. Hit the gym. Learn how to make some money. Stop sitting on your ass at home or with your friends smoking weed doing nothing. And people are going to say, oh, what about this big tech billionaire who smokes weed? You cannot make the rule based off of the small minority of people who already put in work to be successful.
Yeah, but they're retarded. But they're losers.
Don't be a loser.
Watch this.
Go to the gym, work out, learn how to make some money. Let's go. Right, entertainment. Let's roll.
Yes.
Let's talk about the NFL.
Yes, bro. Yeah. The Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Let's get on the Eagles and Commanders first.
Even though I wanted the Commanders to win, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the Eagles nor Commanders.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had even though I knew Tampa was not going to make it. I was like, okay, I definitely knew Jets were not going to make it. I gave up on the Jets already. But I was like, okay, between that game, I was hoping the Commanders, because I really didn't want the Eagles to win.
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth, I kind of knew they were going to win. I had a feeling they were going to win. And the Eagles, they're going to the Super Bowl. Hey, they're going all the way this year, man. And
dude, they blew them out.
Oh my God, it was a
blowout. It was an obliteration. It wasn't even a playoff game.
It wasn't even close.
It was
horrible.
Yeah. I like playoff games that are close. That means two good teams are competing. But when it's a whooping like that, it makes you don't even want to watch it no more, honestly.
Now they're the NFC champions, and now they're going to go to Super Bowl.
Good for you, Philadelphia. You're about to ready to play the repeat champs, Kansas City Chiefs.
But but the game with the Bills, that was a good game. Honestly, I had high hope. I really wanted Buffalo to go all the way. I was hoping for Buffalo. You know me, I'm from Jersey. I had to go. Yeah, I said not my team, but they're from up north. I really had high hopes for Buffalo because one thing about Buffalo, they're a Buffalo man. They're freaking. You can't say it. They're
Josh Allen and the Bills are a
Josh
really good
Allen
team.
is a beast, hands down. But you got to give them credit. Even though I had high hopes for the Bills, but I kind of knew Kansas City. I kind of knew I think they're gonna win this one. Even though I didn't want them to win, but they're gonna win, man.
Let me tell you something.
But they're definitely gonna beat Philly. I don't care. Nobody says Philly ain't winning.
They're a different team, dude.
Philly's not gonna be.
I heard a ESPN commentator talk about that the Kansas City Chiefs, they're playing in a different league compared to the rest of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, bro, he is the Kobe Bryant of this generation.
Absolutely.
And for the very first time, they have a chance to be a three-peat Super Bowl champs. That never happened in football, bro.
I know this is going to be controversial, and if I say people say he don't know shit about football, do you think he could be like Tom Brady eventually?
Well, right now he's like Kobe.
Or right now, I'm talking about not in a football sense.
Well, Tom Brady's
we're comparing.
like
we're comparing. This is quarterback, right?
Well, yeah. Tom Brady's like a Michael Jordan. He got the rings to prove it, player.
Unless because they said so far Kansas City 3 times so far. All right.
Well, it's about to be 3
in
times
history
if they win.
If they win this one, it's going to be the 3rd time. So far,
it'll be the first ever.
So now, so far in history, they got 2, and they probably could. I think they could win this.
You know what they remind me of, dude? The L.A. Lakers when Shaq and Kobe played from the seasons 2000 all the way to 2002. They were 3-peat champs,
This is the era because every team had an era, and I believe this is Kansas City. This is probably their era. We're probably going to see them win for some. I think they're going to be winning for some time. Maybe I think so. Facts.
Hey, before we move on to the next entertainment topic, check out this video from Kansas City Chiefs.
Buffalo's on him, and he doesn't have any safety help right now. He's way over there.
From the 11, first down. Pass, Worthy, touchdown! Touchdown, Kansas City!
But Worthy on Hamlin. I mean, you've got one of the fastest players in the National Football League against a safety.
Yeah, man. So this is a little bit of entertainment / political. This whole Selena Gomez crying. Hey,
Jesus Christ!
It is nuts. It was pretty. I gotta say, it was pretty disgraceful seeing that.
You know, so funny. That thing went left because she did it for clout. They all do it for clout. Selena Gomez did it for clout. I'm sorry to say it. I don't believe those are real tears. Those are these. You know, people
she's
understand.
She's a professional actress, bro.
Let me tell you about these celebrities. And they're actors. They know how to act.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The American people did not fall for that. Did you see the post? People were not falling for that. People was like, "Oh, please, we know what you're doing." It's like if you look at now, in this time. See, this is why people. Because nobody believes celebrities no more. Listen, if you look at the average American, nobody believes celebrities no more.
Facts.
Nobody believes actors. They all knew. Everybody knew. The moment she made that video, everybody knew. Okay, here we go. She's crying. Crying for what? Why don't you cry? All right, but what about all right, we're talking about the illegals, right?
Yeah.
People being deported. All right, what about those human traffickers that are being deported? What about all those kids that was being human trafficked across the border? She wasn't crying for them?
Bro, here is an exact number on that one.
She was not crying
over 346,000 migrant children over the last 4 years underneath the Biden and Harris administration were trafficked and lost.
What does that tell you?
No one's crying about that, dude.
She didn't cry about that?
No.
They don't cry about that.
It just goes to show you, dude, that the liberal media and the elite, they try to get you on the heartstrings of feelings versus look at actual facts. And guess what? The American people are not stupid. Because guess what? The citizens of the United States spoke. They want safety. They want to have better lives. And guess what? This is step one of safety, getting rid of the illegals who are criminals. Hey, check out this video from Dr. Phil.
Forget the false narrative of sweeping neighborhoods looking for people different color than us. Forget that hogwash and look at what we actually did. We're proving it to them. How can you argue with the system we've set up?
Well, straight up, Are you going into schools and arresting children at schools?
No.
Is anything like that happening?
No, sir.
Are you going into businesses and sweeping through there and taking anybody with a tan and seeing where they're from?
We go into businesses for a criminal enforcement operation, but again, sweeps don't occur anywhere.
The sweeps are not occurring. You're just not going in like seining for fish in a pond and just picking up. You're going targeted. If a criminal is working in a business and you have to pick them up there, you're going in for that target.
Absolutely.
And what's happening to me, it seems that these politicians are creating what they fear the most. And that is forcing ICE agents into the community where they pick up the target and wind up picking up collaterals that may be around them, as opposed to going to the jail where they just get the target and leave.
Dude, this video from Dr. Phil was a live interview, and Dr. Phil got tremendous street cred. Everyone knows who Dr. Phil is. He interviewed the border czar in Chicago over the weekend.
What they were doing was, before I go here, before I got this article in front of me, they were accusing him because the media, they like to twist.
Oh yeah.
They like it's like because they like to twist everything Trump said or anything they passed. What happened was, because they said that ICE was gonna go to that he was gonna go to schools, they were gonna go to churches and all these things, right? But they asked them, they didn't arrest no children. They didn't take no children. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, speaking of that, guess what? Today, there was it was a TikTok that pulled up. I guess it was in South Florida.
Oh, Miami. You said that to me.
Hear this out.
I saw it.
South Florida. And he said that him and his roommates got deported, right? His two other roommates got deported. They were undocumented.
Right.
And he was with his daughter. He said that he felt like he got spared because they saw his little girl with him.
Of course.
I guess they felt bad.
They're human beings.
And they kind of looked other way for him.
Absolutely not. It's just our sister trying to hit us back.
So
I'll call you later, sister.
I think probably that's how you show wow. Even ICE, they had a little compassion because they saw him with his daughter, and they kind of looked the other way from him because they felt bad. So, but that shows you that right where it debunks the whole that they're taking children, that they're detaining children and deporting them. Mm-hmm. They're not even detaining the children. Another thing, you know what they said? They were asking when they saw the little girls, because they're finding children, right, from undocumented parents. They even, I'm gonna add this. They even said they were looking to see if is there any other caregivers. Watch this. This just debunks everything the media is saying. Mm-hmm. They're looking for caregivers for them, and they're calling child services at least. So what does that tell you? They're not that whole thing that they're detaining children in schools. It's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie, dude, and everyone knows that the media lies.
Twist. That's why.
Guess what? The American people are not fooled.
We're not fooled.
One more thing on this topic, dude. I really believe that it was really good for Dr. Phil to go out, interview the border czar, and get the facts on the ground. They're doing targeted investigation raids, meaning these people they're already criminals with a record. They've been investigated for a period of time, and they're doing targeted investigation, targeted arrests.
Check this out.
So they're not just going it's not like a wide net like freaking Nazi Germany, going down to every business down the wall. Hey, is there any illegals in here? You look tan or whatever. Come in here. They're not doing that, man. So we just got to know.
But look at the article. I'm going to read this right here, right? Look at this article right in front of me, right? Check this out.
Hey, we're going to put this in the show note links. We're going
to put this in. It's an article from InfoWars. Shout out to InfoWars, Alex Jones. ICE arrested 460 illegal immigrants accused of violent crimes in less than, this was on the 25th of January, less than 36 hours. I'm gonna read it a little. He said between midnight of the 21st January 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. of the 22nd January, ICE arrested 460 illegal immigrants accused of a variety of violent crimes.
Wow.
That's including from sexual assault, burglary, robbery, domestic violence, and they all come from. Look, you know, people just say that it's just South Americans. Look. From Afghanistan. Look at the country's name here. I gotta pull these countries out. These are facts. Afghanistan, not only Bolivia, you know, Brazil, Colombia, you know, because people always assume it's only Hispanics. But Afghanistan, what? Afghanistan, Brazil, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, the Dominican Republic, Colombia. I'm not surprised. And multiple, and then you have members of MS-13 also, right? Which we're not surprised. But are repeated violent offenders.
At the end of the day, bro, when you the boss and you the head honcho, everyone works for a boss at a job.
Get them out.
And no one agrees with everything what the boss does, but when you're a leader, bro, you can't let that mess with you. You got to know the right thing. Go off of facts. Go off the stats. And our president is the right man for the job. This is what he does for a living.
Listen.
All right.
I heard one more thing, but because this has to be said.
Yeah.
Are there people that are not violent that are being deported? Yes, because they don't have the right papers. They're undocumented. But at the end of the day, do I feel compassionate? Do I feel bad for them? But they knew the risk. Because people say,
cut corners.
But you know the ones that, you know, they're not like that. They work hard. Yes. But they like I said it, they knew the risk coming in undocumented.
Yep.
All right.
Let's move on, dude.
Move on to the next.
Entertainment. We're going to talk about WWE. Check this video out.
Oh! Yeah! Yeet Layla!
My boy Jey Uso, the Yeet Man. We love this guy. This guy has a future, dude.
Yeet. Yo, let me tell you something. I like the whole. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to SmackDown. I want to go to Raw, and I always want to like, Yeet. But look at Jey Uso's career. I think as a singles, you gotta say he is doing a tremendous job as a singles.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the future for him. He's already, but look how
the future's bright.
He's already over. First of all, Jey Uso's over. He's already over.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Now, do I see him as heavyweight champion? Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't see it yet. I don't see him. I don't see him there yet. I know it sounds crazy, but
he will. One day he will.
I believe he will at the right time with the right opponent with the right storyline.
Dude, Saturday is the Royal Rumble.
Dude, I'm excited.
What is your prediction? Give me a prediction of who's going to win the Royal Rumble.
I want to know the truth. First and foremost, the Royal Rumble, I can't... Man, it's a good question. I don't think it's going to be CM Punk. As much as I like CM Punk, I'll be surprised. Because I already know. They're making it seem like CM Punk, you know... I don't know if you're ready, right? It's looking like, you know, CM Punk want to, you know, face Cody Rhodes already. And because if you look, everybody's doing it now. Yeah. Everybody's trying to go for it. I don't think it's going to be CM Punk. I don't know, man. Good question. I won't be surprised. I'm going Roman Reigns on this one. Roman Reigns.
That is a really solid pick, dude.
I have to go Roman Reigns.
You know who I think is going to be the final four left in the ring? You know how there's always like the final four after the whole Royal Rumble? I think it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Yes.
CM Punk, Logan Paul, and possibly Jey Uso. That's who I think is going to be the final four.
Listen, I think it's prepared. I think it's moving to the point that they're going to strip Cody Rhodes of the belt.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think Cody Rhodes, as much as you got to give him credit. He had his run. Personally, I don't see Cody. I don't see Cody hanging on to that belt any longer. I don't think he's really doing. I don't think he's doing that good, in my opinion, as the face. I think his run's gonna end. I think he's gonna end up dropping the belt.
Nonetheless, man,
He's gonna drop the
We're
belt,
gonna
man.
tune in Saturday. We're gonna be watching the Royal Rumble, and let's see what's gonna happen. Ready for WrestleMania ramp up season is coming up.
That's why.
Hey, making our way over to our only one current event. Selena Gomez was kind of a current event, but this is our one legitimate current event. And this happened over the weekend, and this was about Colombia and Donald Trump.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so real quick, I had dropped this link in the show notes. This is a quote from Charlie Kirk. Shout out to Charlie Kirk, man. You're the man, dude. Love your work. He puts, the president of Colombia falls within hours to all of Trump's demands. He talked a big game for a few hours and then bent the knee. Let this be a warning to any country across the world. You don't call the shots. America is back. So you know what happened with Colombia was the U.S. sent Colombian illegal criminals and illegal immigrants back on U.S. aircraft, on 2 aircraft, if I'm not mistaken. They received the authorization to receive them, but then mid-air, before they landed, the president of Colombia revoked the authorization, and it forced the U.S. to return back, with the illegal immigrants. After that, Donald Trump immediately issued, pretty much he used tariffs, we call it a leverage. He said, we're going to do 25% tariffs for the first week, and if you still don't change our mind, the second week is going to be 50% tariffs. And we're going to revoke all of the visas for all the government dignitaries, all the family members involved. We're going to put all that on hold until you accept back your citizens, because it's a country's job to receive back your citizens back in your own country. They're born citizens of your country. In any other country, I've been in the military, traveled to many countries. You get deported from that country, you have to leave and go back to the origin of where you were born. And that country is supposed to receive you back. That's just the way it is.
I don't know what he's trying to prove I don't know what this guy was trying to prove by not receiving them.
Yeah.
But that shows you a lot. Why don't their own government don't even want these people?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Ain't that something? No government, but they want us. But they expect the U.S. to accommodate them.
Dude, he's a socialist president, so it doesn't.
That tells you a lot. Socialist. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
That's one word. Socialist president.
And his country economically is doing horrible.
Listen.
The people are suffering under that guy's rule.
And he should know that with sanctions is even worse. They're already doing terrible. It's already bad. It's already bad enough for them economically. But now with the sanctions, it's going to be worse. Colombia's already suffering.
Dude, but just within hours, President Petro, I believe that's his name, changed his tune, gave in to all the demands, and guess what? He sent his presidential aircraft to go pick up his citizens that were supposed to go back to his country.
He know what time.
And guess what?
Shout out to Trump.
Shout out to Trump for putting your foot down. America's back.
Now that's a leader.
Dude, this is a statement from the press secretary. I'm going to read it verbatim.
Go ahead.
The government of Colombia has agreed to all the President Trump's terms, including the unrestricted acceptance of all illegal aliens from Colombia returned from the United States, including on U.S. military aircraft, without limitation or delay. Based on this agreement, the fully drafted IEEPA tariffs and sanctions will be held in reserve and not signed unless Colombia fails to honor this agreement. The visa sanctions issued by the State Department and enhanced inspections from Customs and Border Protection will remain in effect until the first plane load of Colombian deportees is successfully returned. Today's events make clear to the world that America is respected again. President Trump will continue to fiercely protect our nation's sovereignty, and he expects all other nations of the world to fully cooperate in accepting the deportation of their citizens illegally present in the United States. Bam.
This is a statistical fact right here. Statistics. This is a fact, guys. Everybody immigrates here mostly. Do they immigrate to the UK? Absolutely, Euro. But the majority of them, they come over here. Mm-hmm. What does that tell you?
We are a country based on immigration of immigrants who came to us. But guess what? Key word, legally. We got to have smart laws, vet the people, make sure we have law-abiding citizens who bring value to our country.
Absolutely.
And that's how you run any successful country and in any successful business.
Listen, I'm for. At the end of the day, I'm for. Them coming to the United States. Reaching for the American dream.
Yeah.
But it has to be done the right way.
Amen to that, man.
And we want the Colombian. I want the Colombian people to come in.
Yeah, just the right way.
I love the Colombian people. They're great people.
Yeah.
They're beautiful people. Yes, I love their culture.
Yeah.
I love their culture and I love their food. I love
Their music is outstanding.
So
Love
yes,
it.
we do. I want them to come here, and open up more Colombian restaurants, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
I want more Colombian restaurants.
Let's
man.
roll. Hey, man, we're going to roll into the last part of our segment. And today's topic is about feminism. I know before anybody watching, and if you're triggered, we're going to have a logical conversation about the origins of feminism and how far away it fell away from the biblical accounts of what people perceived.
Yes.
And dude, as I was researching this, Dave,
Yeah.
I am shocked on how much liberal theology is out there and how it's corrupted the gospel and like getting away from it.
Yes.
It shocks me, dude. Dude, you know what it reminded me of? What was that? I think she was a pastor lady at Jimmy Carter's funeral or something like that. Dude, I gotta find that clip and put it in there. But if I can't, this woman was saying the most outrageous thing, and she's an LGBTQ pastor.
Of course. I'm not
So
surprised.
definitely far away from the doctrine of what's in the scriptures. But hey, I wanted to lay down historically, and anyone can find this historically. The Roman society of, let's say, New Testament time period and onward, in the Greek society, they were a society of depraved people.
Yes.
They were into polytheism, which means they worship a myriad of different gods, right? They did all sorts of animal and human sacrificing, all sorts of ritualistic events.
Yeah.
And of that time period, women and children were considered like cattle.
Yes.
They had no value. So guess what? Slavery was very common throughout the entire world, but more specifically, women and children were treated as slaves. The poor children, dude. Children were slaves of the house and also slaves. They were trafficked sexually, exploited. There was depraved acts that happened.
Wow.
So when Jesus came into the picture and the apostles took the gospel to the rest of the world, it was coming into clash with what was society norms.
Yeah.
And what was clashing? Let's go with the Jewish society. The Jewish people, the Jewish authorities, could not believe that Jesus allowed women to follow him as disciples. They couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because they were not allowed to. It was not common for women to know how to read and write. It was not common.
Yeah.
Children. Jesus said, "Let the children come to me."
Yeah.
Jesus came back to show the world that every human being was made in the image of God. This is not a feminist movement. This is God, the creator of the universe, telling us, you're made in my image. You have value to me. You're not cattle. So, what's your thoughts on that, dude? It's just, we got so far away from that message and everyone colluded it and convoluted it and all that crap. It's crazy.
Well, I can see where feminism got triggered from, right? Because let's look what happened here, right? You said how the Jewish people, right? Remember in the Jewish culture, they didn't even allow women. They thought it was like, women were not allowed to read, right? And I think if you look in those days, yes, is there an order, husband and wife? Yeah, there is an order with man, women. But I think because it was abused, the fact that it probably got abused, and it got so abused, so it led to this whole feminism thing about, then, women started getting their rights and the whole thing. Yes, they do deserve their rights, but I think it went overboard. And then it got demonic to the point that it went overboard. And I think that's what happened. It got corrupted. Listen,
Keyword corrupted.
And not only that, look at feminism fell in churches. Listen, I know it's gonna get controversial. I see it in church, man. I could tell in church. I've seen it, bro. I could tell. I could tell by how these women conduct themselves. Look at their mentality. Watch this. I see women getting saved, finding Jesus, and they're bringing that, and they don't realize that their upbringing, and their mentality, they're bringing it into the church. They're creeping it into the church, and we're thinking that this is how it is.
Right.
Look what feminism is doing. Look what not only feminism is not only is distorting everything the Word of God is saying. Look what it's doing to the family. It's destroying the family.
Here are subsequent effects that people do not see because they're selfish. They look selfishly only. Nice. When you grow up in a single parent household, and let's use it's very prevalent in the minority community. Yeah. Yes, to have the mother in the household, unfortunately. Yeah. It's sad. But in many cases, especially in this millennial generation, and it's been bleeding over into the Gen Zs, the feminist movement, what does that do? You have women. I'm all about women going out there, having a career, absolutely, making money, doing great for themselves. Absolutely. But you were designed to do it in partnership with someone else. Yes. That was the design from the very beginning, dude. You were not meant to be a lone wolf for your whole life. You were meant to do it in partnership. But when you are so headstrong and you have the inability to learn how to, it's called dancing, dude. You got to dance with your partner. Sometimes, a lot of times, if it's done rightly, the man's going to lead. And guess what? Because you have safety and security in your man, you're going to feel free to move in your natural state because you have safety and security in your man.
Because here's what happened. Feminism, they made it seem like I like how you touched on. A lot of people came from poverty, single mother home, divorce homes. And you know what it is too, and I think because some people, let's say we grew up in poverty and you have a daughter and you want your daughter to have the best things, or let's say, and sometimes it could be that your mom grew up, the father left and the father left her. So and I've seen a lot of women do this. I want you to be yes, get your career, which is good. Yeah. Learn to fend for yourself. I want you to be an independent woman. Never rely on a man, right? Everything, and never rely on a man, right? Never rely on a man. And they grow up with this mentality, which is great that they're getting careers and they're being successful. They're becoming, they're producing great lives. But I see a lot of them though. You grow up, but when they get married, they end up divorced. They don't know how to be a wife anymore. Yeah. Because they've been pushed, and when they hear the word submission. The word submission in America, especially in this country, because other countries, this is really a Western problem when you look at it. Yeah. When they hear the word submission, it's like a curse word. It's like oh my God, it's like a freaking, it's a curse word. It's like their demons start rattling. Mm-hmm. And this is why I see in church, right, when they come to Christ, when they come to Jesus and they have their encounter with Jesus moment, right, they have a hard time. If you notice that, they have a hard time acknowledging, oh my God, I gotta be led by this, I gotta be led. What's the first thing? I ain't gonna be led by this man. I make more money than him. Watch this. Why would I be led by him? I make more money than him, blah, blah, blah. But this is the mentality, right? But look at their mentality. Mm-hmm. Because why? They were taught by their moms. Watch this. Because their moms got it bad. Because they left their mom. Because they left their moms, right? Because their mom's marriage didn't work out. Their mom's family broke up, and sorry to say, and moms was full of emotions and anger. They don't realize they passed it down. So you're passing that you pass that down.
Almost like a generational curse, dude.
It's a generational thing.
Yeah.
And what happens is they grow up and have a hard time. They have a hard time finding that right husband for them, right? And I'm telling you, I seen it in church.
Yeah.
And you know, and some of them are, watch this, some of them are on pulpits. Some of them are anointed.
Right.
Some of them are prophesying. They're on pulpits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're human. Feminism.
Yeah, man. I think you touched on a lot of important points there. At the end of the day, man, here's some subsequent problems this happens. Second and third order effects. Single parent households goes into increased, this is statistically speaking, increased incarcerations.
Yes.
Decreased birth rates, which we have right now. That's a fact. Decreased birth rates because people do no longer want to get married. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, Satan, the enemy of our souls, is attacking the family unit.
Yeah, man.
And we can get wrapped up in all the intricacies and be immature and not grow in Christ and understand what it means to be one with your partner.
Yeah.
It says, woman, submit to your husband. But you know what it says? The man, give up your life for your woman as I gave up my life for the church. The two go together as one. And it's a dance, and it's a beautiful dance. I just think that the world has got it wrong, man. We fell so far away from this beautiful picture.
I said, Blaine, obviously, all right, yeah, Christ is not in the household, all right? Because, Christians are going to start jumping on me about that.
Yeah. We love the haters.
They're going to start jumping now, but this is a fact.
Yeah.
This is a fact. You know what else? Men lost. They don't have a pair anymore. And men allowed it.
Yeah, man.
Men allowed. Yes, men allowed it. It's going to, how you going to say it? Yeah, it's the truth. And it's men allowed it, and this, like I said, this is an American and a Western European problem.
Yeah.
Because other countries, regardless of their situation, this is unheard of in other countries.
Here's a message to the men out there. You are called not to be passive. You're called to be courageous leaders. You know the definition of courage is? Doing something that you're afraid or very uncomfortable doing, but it's the right thing. Go out there and be leaders, man. Lead your life well. Be a great husband if you're married. Be a great father if you have children. Get out there and do it well. Get out there, man. Let's lead again. Let's be kings. Let's close it out, man.
All right, thank you. That's all for today's show. Remember, keep God first. Jesus is Lord, and God bless America.